So, hello everyone, and a warm welcome to our gathering here at this time. Whether you're watching it live or whether you're watching the recording, you're very welcome, and I hope you find this session very helpful. So, we're going to begin by just lighting a candle. So, I invite you, before we start, just have an open mind to really give yourself the gift of this time out. To connect with our inner guidance and with spirit. So whenever you're watching this, I invite you to pause the video and just get a candle to create a little bit of sacred space for yourself. And I have a candle lighting here this evening. I just lit this candle and I chose a red container because of Valentine's Day coming up here in a couple of days. So today, as we do this recording, it's the 12th of February. And I invite you to just really tune in to the energy of the candle and the symbolism of love at this time, especially highlighted at this time with St. Valentine and Valentine's Day. Okay, so just breathing deeply, allowing yourselves to feel very grounded and centered, connecting to the light in the candle, and setting the intention that all of the work we do together is for the highest good of everyone involved. So then I invite you to place your candle somewhere safe. And I'm just going to give you a quick rundown on what we're doing this evening or today. So we're going to do a brief introduction firstly. Then I'm going to talk about, we're going to move on to do our Tai Chi. So the Tai Chi is a way of moving our bodies so that when we relax, then we can meditate and connect more easily. So it's releasing any tension in our bodies, making it easier for the meditative practices afterwards. So then we move on from the Tai Chi to our sitting meditation. And again, you can sit in a chair, sit upright, have your feet flat on the ground, or you can choose to sit on the floor, or if you're not very tired, lying down is an option as well. So then we'll move from the meditation. We're going to do a journey to connect with our inner child, to find the time in our lives where we felt fearful, and to help clear that energy of fear, to allow the energy to flow through us so that we're no longer triggered by that event or that time in our lives. So we're going to cut the cords around that. And then we'll come back to where we are in the present time, and we will do a finger hold meditation to release fear. And just before that, we'll do the fire burning. So whatever comes up during the meditation, you'll get a chance to write it out afterwards. So don't worry about it, but we'll allow that to come up. Whatever way it is meant to come up, it'll come up for you, trusting that that's what's going to work for you this evening. And then we'll write that down and burn it in a safe place. And after that, we'll do the finger hold meditation to further release any trapped energy around fear. And then we'll do a tapping practice as well to clear fear out of our bodies. So you'll learn a couple of practical skills that you can use in your everyday life. And then we'll finish with connecting to our heart center and with some chanting and affirmations around bringing more love into our lives. So that's the plan. And then at the very end, we'll do some cards. So I've been using Oracle cards for the last 23 years. And these are the set that I have picked for us this evening are the Keepers of the Light cards, which are by Kyle Gray. So they're a beautiful set. And as we go through the evening, or when we're coming to the time to pick them, I'll invite you to choose card 1, 2, or 3, whichever you're drawn to. And then you can get the meaning of that for you, if it's relevant for you at this time. Okay, so that's the plan. So just to say, first of all, today is the 12th of February, but yesterday was the 11th of February. And one of the things that I've been using for a long time is numerology. And the number 11 has a lot of significance for me for many reasons. Often I see the number 111 or 11111, and it's a reminder to me that to the connection between heaven and earth, and to be conscious of what I'm thinking about, because what I'm thinking I'm manifesting. So whenever I see 111, it's a quick reminder to focus on what I'm thinking about. So yesterday was an 11 day, and in numerology, if you add up all the numbers from 11 to 2023, it also makes up 11. So 11 and 11 was the energy around yesterday. And one of my teachers who I have worked with is called Amanda Ellis, and this is one of her sprays. So I use just different sprays. I'm going to spray this one here now. It's called Heaven to Earth Magenta Bridge. So that's the one I've chosen for this evening. And it's to help us again to open up and to be open to receiving I suppose divine intervention, or open that connectivity between heaven and earth. And she put out a video yesterday, launched on YouTube, which was called 1111, the twin flame portal. So she said that when she went to do this, she recorded it. She planned to do it just for Valentine's Day, but loads of things started to happen coincidentally. So it became a twin flame video based around the 1111 portal. So if you get a chance, I'll share the link with anybody who's interested. But also I put out a reel myself. So I've started to use Facebook for sharing information and spreading positivity as much as possible. And the reel that I made yesterday was one with photographs of my husband and I from down through the years, which was fun for me to gather and put together. And I put music to it, and it was kind of it was more for family and friends and so on. But anyway, I'll put it out on my reels. The first reel I've ever done was on the 1st of February, so I'm only getting used to this. So I've done 4 altogether, and the first one had about 100 views or 200 views. The next one had 300 views. The next one I did about our dog, who's hopefully going to stay asleep while I'm recording this, and it got 600 views. So the last one, the one I did yesterday, which was released on the 11th of the 11th, has got 1,100 views today. So there's 1,100 views in it on my Facebook link, and I'm like going, this is, yeah. So, and it's also about my connection with my husband for Valentine's Day and so on. So it's been a lot of coincidences. So this is kind of what happens once you start opening up and trusting. For me, this is what's been one of my lessons in my life, has been to learn to trust more, to tune into my inner guidance, and to look for the signs, to take time out and to be able to enjoy noticing the synchronicities and being able to share that with other people. So before we start our session this evening, I just wanted to invite you to be open-minded about all the practices and to really enjoy it, and hopefully you'll find it very helpful. So we're going to begin with our Tai Chi now. So I invite you to stand in a comfortable place and make sure you have enough room to be able to swing your arms freely. So we're going to begin standing with feet shoulder width apart and allowing our arms to swing. And as we allow our arms to swing, we allow our arms to wrap around our back, allowing our head to follow our arms, and our arms are touching off our lower back. Breathing deeply as we allow ourselves to come into balance, into equilibrium. And then gently allowing this movement to come to rest, and we turn our palms up, stroking the air up and reversing, stroking the air down. Breathing deeply. As we lift our hands up, we rock up onto our tiptoes, and as we come back down, we rock back onto our heels. And as we do this movement together, we allow all our cares and concerns to remain outside the door, setting the intention of being very present in this moment, allowing all our energies to come into balance, feeling very grounded and centered and very much at peace. One more time, and back to center. And as we begin our practice this evening, I invite you to take a moment to place your hands over your heart and to tune into the energy of your heart center, breathing deeply Feeling very grounded and centered and very much at peace. And just noticing how your heart is this evening. And then stepping forward on the left hand side, we turn the right foot to the side, and we're going to do the next move, which is the circle of light. So hands pointing towards the earth, moving in a clockwise direction. And as we come forward, we lift up the back heel, and as we come back, we lift up the front foot. So rocking forwards and backwards. On the left hand side, we do this move for ourselves, recognizing the importance of having balance in our lives at all times, or as much as we can. One more time, and back to center. Stepping forward on the right hand side, we turn the left foot to the side, and we repeat the same move in the opposite direction. And on the right hand side, we're doing this for family, friends, and community. Recognizing the importance of balance in everyone's life, balancing our giving and our receiving, so that everyone is able to give from their overflow and not from a place of lack or fear. Breathing deeply, one more time, and back to center. Moving up to our hearts again. The movement here is a push-pull, so stepping forward on the left-hand side, turning the right foot to the side, and we push forwards, palms pointing forwards, and pull back in. Releasing anything that needs to be released from our hearts, any pain, any fear, any anger. And drawing in more love, more peace, more compassion, filling our hearts so that we can then give to others and from a loving place. One more time. And back to center, back to our beautiful heart center. Stepping forward on the right hand side, turning the left foot to the side, we do the same move for family, friends and community. Breathing deeply as we set the intention of clearing the heart centers of all of our families, our friends and the wider community. Drawing in more peace, more joy, more love into our lives and into the lives of all of our families, all of our friends and the wider community. And we think especially at this time of the people who are suffering in Ukraine and in Russia, and then also the people who've been affected by the earthquake in Syria and in Turkey. Breathing deeply, sending out loving healing energy to all of the people that have been affected by those situations, or anywhere else in the world that needs healing at this time as well. One more time. And back to center. And again, I invite you to breathe deeply, connecting with our heart centers, and allowing our hearts to open to give and receive love. And now we're going to move up to our throat center, and the movement here, stepping forward on the left hand side, turning the right foot to the side, is flying through the air. And I invite you to clear your ears as we do this movement and open our throats. And we're doing this on the left hand side for ourselves, recognizing the importance of speaking our truth, tuning into our truth, and choosing kind, loving words, being compassionate with ourselves and with others, and recognizing the importance of silence at times. And we can choose kind, loving words even when we're expressing any difficult or having difficult conversations. challenging conversations, we can also choose to be kind and compassionate as we speak our truth. One more time. And back to center, to our beautiful throat chakra. And then stepping forward on the right hand side, turning the left foot to the side, we do the same move for family, friends and community. Flying through the air as we rock forwards and backwards, setting the intention that everyone will be able to speak their truth, that the voices of all of our families, our friends and the wider community can be held and heard. And also recognizing the importance of clearing any fear that may be associated with speaking our truth. And we do this for ourselves, but also for others. One more time. And back to center. And now we're going to do the shower of light. Stepping forward on the left hand side, turning the right foot to the side. We reach our hands up and looking upwards, draw the light down into our bodies. Clearing any negativity. And allowing this beautiful light to come down. And as we do this practice at this time, in the northern hemisphere, we're welcoming more daylight hours, longer daylight hours, beautiful sunlight, spring energy. So we're doing this on our left hand side for ourselves, clearing any negativity, allowing us to feel more at peace, more at ease. One more time. And back to center. Stepping forward on the right hand side, turning the left foot to the side, we do the same move for family, friends and community. Clearing the energy of negativity, of pain, of fear, and drawing in more love and light down into our bodies and into the bodies of our friends, our families, and the wider community. One more time. And back to center. And we finish with passing clouds, standing with one hand in front of the other. We bring one hand up across in front, and as that hand comes down, the other hand comes across. And we watch our fingers passing in front of our face, recognizing that everything in life is transient. Setting the intention that everyone will be able to recognize that challenging times will pass, and not to get caught up in too many of the dramas or worries that may be happening at this time. Staying very grounded and centered, celebrating the good times, staying present in each moment, breathing deeply. One more time, and back to center. And we're going to connect now to the energy of the earth, so just moving our hands forwards and backwards, and our feet rocking forwards and backwards, bringing our hands up over our heads to clear the energy above our heads, and then opening 3 times and welcoming this loving healing energy down into our bodies. And we do this twice more, so clearing and connecting with the energy of the earth below, feeling very grounded and centered, bringing our hands up over our heads to clear the energy above our heads, and then opening and welcoming this loving healing energy down into our bodies. And we do this once more, feeling very grounded and centered, very grateful for this opportunity to connect with each other and with spirit at this time, with our own inner guidance, opening to connect to our higher consciousness, to our higher self, to spirit, whatever resonates with you, and bringing that loving healing energy down into our bodies. And we'll finish with Namaste, which is I recognize the spirit in you, which is the spirit in me. And now I invite you to get into a nice comfortable position and to make sure you're warm, and if you need to have a drink, And I forgot to mention at the start, I think I forgot to mention it because we were talking about it before I started the recording, but that yesterday was St Gobnait's Day, the 11th of February. And we're here in Dunquin, and the patron saint of Dunquin is St Gobnait. And I just think the coincidence is lovely to talk to one of the participants here earlier who's on the live and was going to call one of her children Gobnait, her daughter Gobnait, and has a real affinity to the name and to the saint. So I just thought it was lovely to mention that as well. And I will be sharing videos and images from St Gobnait as well over the next couple of days while I'm here in Dunquin, so you can look out for those on my Instagram or Facebook. You'll find it on either of those. So I'm looking forward to doing that over the next couple of days, and just feeling very blessed that at this time in the world when the divine feminine energy seems to be rising, and women are being more empowered all the time. We've just celebrated St Brigid's Day here in Ireland. For the first time there's been a bank holiday to recognise a female saint. So that's been our goddess, whichever you want to call it, or whichever resonates with you, whether she was a saint or a goddess. There's a lot of debate about that, or both. And then we also had Gobnait, so that's another female whose, I suppose, memory lives on. In fact, actually, just given the relevance at the moment as well, the Banshee of Inisheer has been released, or is getting loads of attention at the moment globally with the Oscars coming up. And St Gobnait was also related to Inisheer, and there's a church built in her honour in Inisheer. So it just feels a really nice time to be connecting with her energy and with the energy of Brigid. So with all of that, I'm going to invite you now to get into a very comfortable place, and we'll begin our grounding meditation. And we're going to go from there, we're going to do a visualization. So I invite you just to go with the flow of it. And afterwards, if you have any questions or feedback, you can contact me. The people who are watching live, we'll have a quick chat maybe afterwards, and the people who are watching on the recording, send me a message. I'd love to get your feedback, so send me a text or message if you have any questions or feedback about the meditation. And the last thing, just before I start, is I've written down just two things about fear and love. And fear is, can really hold us back. It can be it can limit us in our lives. So the purpose for the session this evening, the focus will be on releasing fear, feeling the fear, as can't remember who said it, feeling the fear and do it anyway. But also that the meaning of fear is false evidence appearing real. One of the definitions for fear, false evidence appearing real. So knowing our fears and facing them will set us free. So by tuning in and figuring out some of the things that are causing us to feel fearful, that can be really helpful. And often it's in our subconscious, we're not even aware of it. So that's why I think meditation can really help, because it can allow us to, stuff that's quite buried or hidden can be uprooted and released and healed in a nice, gentle manner. So that's our intention for this evening. So we'll begin just taking a couple of deep breaths. And on each breath, I invite you to allow more and more peace to enter into your body. And on each out breath, allowing any tension to be released. Feeling very grounded and centered as we begin our meditation this evening. So I invite you now to bring your attention to your feet. Become aware of any pain or tension that may be held in the feet. And on the out breath, allowing that to be released. Breathing deeply. and allowing any tension on the out breath to be released from any part of the body where it's being held. The eyes, the nose, the mouth, the ears, the shoulders, right down through all the organs in the front of the body. Exhaling any tension that we may be holding in our back, our hips. Moving right down into the legs. Breathing deeply as we allow any tension to be released from the legs, the thighs, the knees, the ankles and feet. And now I invite you to visualize deep tap roots growing from the base of the feet right down into the earth. These deep tap roots grow down deeper and deeper through all the layers of rock, stone, right down into the center of the earth, connecting with the energy of Mother Earth. And now I invite you to welcome the energy of Mother Earth up through the roots and into our bodies. And you can choose a colour if that resonates with you, perhaps brown or green or orange or bronze, red, allowing whatever colour comes up for you to be the right colour for you this evening. And if no colour comes up, that's absolutely fine too. Trusting that all is well, that all will be well, as we invite the healing energy of Mother Earth up to our roots and into our feet. Breathing deeply as we allow this beautiful, loving, healing energy to move up into all the cells and the soles of the feet, the toes, the heels and ankles, filling up all the muscles, all the bones, all the ligaments and tendons with this beautiful, loving, healing energy, allowing our feet to relax completely. As we welcome this loving, healing energy now from our feet to our ankles and from our ankles up into our calves and shins, allowing all the muscles to release and relax as all the cells and the bones, the ligaments and tendons, the nerves, the muscles are bathed in beautiful, loving, healing energy from Mother Earth, which continues now up to our knees, and from our knees to our thighs, allowing all the cells to be bathed in the healing energy, allowing the muscles to release, relax and let go. That's really good. And now I invite you to allow the healing energy to come right up into the hips and pelvic area. Visualize a bright light, one in each hip, and this light expands out to all the bones, the ligaments and tendons, the organs of the hips and pelvic area. All of the cells bathed in the healing energy of Mother Earth, which continues now up through all the organs in the front of the body and up the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Breathing deeply as we allow the healing energy to continue right up into our heart and lungs, right up into the rib cage, allowing all the cells and all the organs in the front of the body to release, relax and let go. Moving up the spine, one vertebrae at a time, filling up our hearts and making us aware of our own pure perfection. Each one of us a unique person with unique gifts and talents. And breathing deeply as we allow the healing energy to continue right up into our shoulders, allowing all the cells in the shoulders to release and relax, as we allow the beautiful healing energy to move out across the shoulders and down the arms, moving from the shoulders to the elbows, from the elbows to the wrists, and from the wrists out through the tips of the fingers and the palms of the hands. Breathing deeply as we bring our attention back to our feet, visualizing our roots going down deep into the earth, moving down through all the layers of rock and stone and sand and gravel. Connecting with the energy of Mother Earth, and we invite this beautiful healing energy again up through our roots and into our feet, moving from our feet to our ankles, from our ankles to our calves and shins, right up into our knees, and from our knees to our thighs, from our thighs up into our hips and pelvic area, moving right up the lower back, up through all the organs in the front of the body, up the spine, one vertebra at a time, allowing all the cells in all the organs, in all the bones, the ligaments and tendons, to be bathed in this beautiful, loving, healing energy from Mother Earth. And allowing this energy now to continue right up into our heart center, filling up our hearts, making us aware of our own unique gifts and talents. Breathing deeply as we feel very grounded and centered. And now we allow the healing energy to continue up into our shoulders and neck area. And if you need to move your head from side to side or to lift your shoulders, feel free to do so, to release any remaining tension from the throat and neck area. And breathing deeply as we allow the healing energy of Mother Earth to continue up into our throat, releasing any tension or blockages, allowing us to speak our truth with clarity and ease. Allowing any tension in the neck, in the vertebrae in the neck to be released, or in any of the muscles, feeling great peace and ease as we allow the healing energy of Mother Earth to continue right up now into our head, moving up into our scalp, allowing all the muscles in the scalp to release and relax, our forehead, our eyes, our nose, our mouth, even our ears, releasing, relaxing, letting go. Breathing deeply as we allow any remaining tension to be released from our bodies, allowing the healing energy of Mother Earth to move right up through our jaw, right up through all the cells, in the glands, in the brain, with any excess energy flowing easily and freely out through the top of our heads, cascading down over our bodies, bringing healing, peace and relaxation. Breathing deeply as we feel very grounded and centered and very much at peace. And I invite you now to take a moment to tune in to the energy of the heavens above, whatever that means for you. Perhaps Jesus, Mother Mary, our spirit guides, our higher consciousness, heaven. Taking a moment to tune in and inviting the energy down from the heavens above, the universal life force, whatever it is that resonates with you. Inviting that energy down into our soul star chakra, which is located about a foot above the head. And again, we can choose a color, perhaps golden or white or purple, whatever color resonates with you at this time. And again, if no color comes up, trusting that that's what's meant to be. So we invite the healing energy down now from the heavens above to come down through our soul star chakra, in through our crown chakra, combining with the energy of Mother Earth, bringing healing, peace and relaxation to all the cells in the head, the forehead, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the ears, all the cells in the scalp, the brain, moving right down into our throat and neck area, combining with the energy of Mother Earth so that we can feel even more grounded, more at peace, bringing this healing energy right down from our throat and neck area, across our shoulders and down our arms, from the shoulders to the elbows, from the elbows to the wrists, and from the wrists out through the tips of the fingers and the palms of the hands. Breathing deeply, I invite you to connect again to the energy of the heavens above, inviting this beautiful, loving, healing energy down through the crown chakra, through the third eye, down through all the cells in the scalp, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the ears, right down into our throat area. And this time we invite the healing energy from the heavens above right down into our hearts, allowing it to fill up our hearts, making us aware of our own pure perfection. And I invite you to place your hands over your heart if that feels comfortable. Breathing deeply as we feel this beautiful, loving, healing energy, allowing our hearts to open, to give and receive more love, allowing fear to be released, as we allow the healing energy from the heavens above to continue right down through all the organs in the front of the body, right down the spine, one vertebrae at a time, moving right down through the solar plexus chakra, the sacral chakra, and right down to the root chakra located in the perineum at the base of the spine. And again, you can allow your hands to remain over your heart or allow them to release back onto your lap, whichever feels more comfortable. Breathing deeply, we allow the healing energy to continue right down into the hips and pelvic area, moving from our hips to our thighs, from our thighs to our knees, from our knees to our calves and shins, right down to our ankles and feet. Breathing deeply, feeling very grounded and centered as we allow any excess energy to flow easily and freely out to the soles of the feet, connecting to the energy of the heavens above and the earth below, feeling very grounded and centered and very much at peace. And I invite you now to take a moment to tune in to your heart center and to take a moment again to place your hands over your heart if that feels comfortable for you. Breathing deeply as we allow our hearts to open to give and receive more love. And from this very calm, centered place, I invite you to come on a guided visualization with me now. And you can allow your hands to remain over your heart or to bring them back to your lap, whichever feels more comfortable. And on this journey, we're going to connect to our higher consciousness, and we're going to visit ourselves as a young child, to allow any fear which we may be holding subconsciously to be healed and released, allowing us to feel more freedom, more peace, and more joy in our lives. So breathing deeply, I invite you to imagine in your mind's eye a stone circle with tall standing stones. And in the center of the circle is your tree of life. So I invite you to visualize this beautiful stone circle. And in your mind's eye, you make your way now towards the circle. And as you enter the circle, you notice an energy shift. Feel very grounded and centered and protected and guided. As you make your way towards your tree of life, the beautiful tree of life growing in your stone circle. And as you approach your tree, you notice that its roots are going down deep into the earth, connecting with Mother Earth, and that its branches are going high up into the sky, connecting with Father Sky and with the heavens above. So now I invite you to connect with your tree. You can choose to stand or sit with your back to your tree, or perhaps you're choosing to embrace your tree. But just notice how safe and protected you feel, connected to your tree of life, noticing how strong its roots are connecting to Mother Earth, and how tall its branches are connecting to the heavens above. And now I invite you to make your way up your tree, very gently climbing safely from branch to branch, up higher and higher, feeling very safe, very protected as you make your way up through the tree of life into the highest branches. And as you approach the highest branches in your tree, you notice that there's a seat there, high up in your tree, and take a moment to make yourself comfortable sitting on your seat in the highest branches in your tree of life. And from this place, you've got a beautiful view all around you. And you notice that you're not alone. In front of you, approaching you, is your higher self, this highest version of yourself, your higher consciousness, which is the most abundant, most joyful, most wise version of yourself. And invite your higher consciousness to join you on your seat or on your bench, on your tree of life. Take a moment to connect with the higher consciousness, with your higher consciousness. Feeling very safe, very protected and very guided. You can ask them any question that you may have at this time. Or perhaps invite them to share anything that is relevant for you at this time. Your higher consciousness wants you to feel very safe and secure, and they're very happy to connect with you. They're absolutely delighted that you've taken time out to make this connection at this time. So breathing deeply, feeling very loved, very supported. Your higher consciousness is going to share something with you now. They're telling you that they will be able to bring you on a journey to go back to a time in your life where you felt fearful or scared or nervous or anxious. And they're going to bring you to this magical place on a magical bird, which they're going to invite to join you now at your tree of life. So you notice in the distance a bird approaching, and this magical bird is able to bring you to any time in your life which is ready for healing at this time. So notice the bird, the colors, the beautiful wings. Your higher consciousness has invited this bird to join you on this special place on your tree of life. And you are reassured that all is well, that this is very safe, and that your bird will be able to carry you safely to wherever is ready for healing at this time. So your higher consciousness invites you to join her on the tree of life, and from the tree of life onto your bird. So feeling very safe and secure, you find yourself now on your bird with your higher consciousness present at all times. And as you're ready, the bird takes off, And you find yourself soaring freely into the sky, gliding through the air, feeling very excited, exhilarated, as you notice the land below you, the trees, the grass, the fields, the mountains and hills, the rivers and lakes, the beautiful blue ocean, feeling very safe as you fly higher and higher up into the beautiful blue sky, feeling very safe, very protected and very much at ease. And now you set the intention with your higher self of being shown or brought to a time in your life where you felt very fearful, knowing that you are seeing this and you will see this from a very higher perspective, and that you are safe and protected as you experience or view this scene again. So now notice that the bird has flown into some misty cloud. This beautiful misty cloud that you're flying through is going to bring you to that place that you're ready to visualize or to see again. So as the mist clears, you notice that the bird is coming down lower and lower, back down towards the earth. And as you're approaching the earth, you notice a scene below you. The scene that's unfolding before your eyes now is of a time in your life where you felt very fearful or frightened or scared as a young child or young adult, noticing what is happening, feeling very safe and secure, visualizing the scene unfolding before you. Notice if your child is alone or if there are other people present. If you're feeling any anxiety or fear, just breathing deeply, noticing that you are now an adult and that your higher consciousness is present with you and that there is nothing to be afraid of. You are just revisiting an old wound which may now be ready for healing and releasing. So notice how your child is feeling at this time. Tune into the energy of the child, and you can ask him or her if they are willing to share whatever it is they're experiencing with you. So as you move right down closer and closer to the scene, you find yourself very close, but knowing that you're safe and that you're the adult you, that you're empowered, and that you can say and give reassurance to your child if they're open to hearing that reassurance. But first of all, you're inviting them to share whatever is happening for them. So inviting the child to approach you if they're comfortable with doing this at this time. Reassuring him or her that all is well and that all will be well. So asking the child to share with you what it is that they feel. Why are they feeling fearful? Maybe they are ready to share with you who or what it is that has caused them to feel this fear. And maybe they're not. Either is absolutely fine. Just take a moment to reassure your inner child that you are here to support them, to love them, and that they have done nothing wrong. So allow your child to do whatever it is that they need to do. Maybe they want to cry, maybe they want to get angry, maybe they just want to have a hug or to feel listened to. So invite your child to say or do whatever it is that they need to do. And then, if your child is open to it, reassure them, tell them that all is well, knowing that you can come back to work with your inner child again at any time. But for this particular event, or for this particular scene that you're dealing with at this time, ask your inner child if they are ready to release and to join you, to come back to the tree of life with you, to join you on your bird, and to come back to the tree of life with your higher consciousness, if they're ready to let go of whatever pain or suffering they were feeling at the time that you're connecting with them. And if your child is not ready, that's okay, knowing that you can come back to connect with them again and to do this work again. But if your child is ready, invite them to join you back on your beautiful bird. Notice the bird, the colours, and reassure your child how safe they are with you and what a wonderful journey they're going to experience as you travel back to the tree of life. So invite them to join you now on your bird with your higher consciousness present with you. And if they are not joining you at this time, reassure them that you will be back to connect again and to show them that you are ready to heal and to help them release anything that they are ready to release going forwards. And then making your way back onto the bird, welcoming your child if they're with you, reassuring them that they're safe and that all is well, and noticing the smile on your higher consciousness, how happy your higher consciousness is that you're doing this work at this time. And then allowing the bird to take off, moving up into the air, feeling the freedom, the joy, the peace, the love, the happiness. As you travel back towards your tree of life, through the mist, and then back into the blue skies, seeing the land, the sea, the rivers, the trees, the flowers, moving safely through the air, enjoying the sense of freedom, peace, soaring through the air, feeling very protected, very joyful. And in the distance you see your tree of life standing in the stone circle, and your bird swoops down towards the tree, landing safely in the highest branches, and you can safely dismount back to your tree and to the highest branches where you see your seat waiting for you. Your higher consciousness is also with you as you thank your bird, your magical bird that brings you to wherever you need to go. And then visualizing the bird taking off, flying back out into the sky. And you take a moment to sit and relax, feeling very grounded, very centered and very much at peace. Very grateful for the opportunity to do this work at this time. And again, noticing your higher consciousness and noticing if they have anything that they want to share or say to you. Perhaps they want to embrace you. Perhaps they are reassuring you that all is well. Perhaps they are saying what a wonderful job you've done and what a wonderful person you are, reassuring you that all is well and that all will be well. And if you've got your inner child back with you, your higher self is going to look after him or her as you come back down and come back to the earth. So as you say your goodbyes and make your peace with your inner child, you reassure them that you are able to connect with them again at any time, that they are safe and that all is well. And then ask your higher self if they have any final words or any final message they want to share with you. It might be an image, it might be a sound, it might be a song, maybe a smell, or you may notice something you're tasting even. Just be open to whatever it is your higher consciousness is sharing with you now. And I'm just hearing the words, all you need is love. So whatever it is that your higher consciousness is sharing with you, allow that message to come true. And then feeling very grateful, gently make our way back down the tree. Moving down slowly and safely from branch to branch, down lower and lower, knowing that we can come back to work with our higher self and with our inner child at any time we choose to in the future. Feeling more and more grounded and more at peace as we make our way back down to the earth, and eventually we land with our feet back on the earth, feeling very grounded, connecting to the roots of the earth, connecting to our tree and its roots, and also our roots. And then I invite you to place your hands on your tree once more, giving gratitude and thanks for all that you have experienced so far. And then gently turning and making our way out of the stone circle, feeling very grounded and centered, very safe and secure. As we walk from our tree out to the stone circle and back through the stones into the ordinary reality, back into the here and now. And in a couple of moments, I'm going to invite you to gently bring your attention back into the current day, into the present day, and to take a moment to write down anything that you're ready to release at this time. So allowing any fear, any pain, any suffering that may have come up during the visualization, or anything else that you're aware of that you're ready to release at this time. So gently now, moving your feet and moving your hands, and finding your piece of paper if you have one ready, and if you haven't, perhaps just trusting that the burning of this paper, that for those of you watching live, that you can do that, you can do it again in your own time, or that you can do by just watching what's going on here. So I invite you to record anything that has come up for healing, any pain, any past mistakes that were made by others, anything that has caused you pain in your life and fear as a result. And we know that fear can hold us back, it can paralyze us. So I invite you to set the intention of releasing any chains of fear that may be holding you at this time. And as we draw or write anything that you want to burn or to release, I invite you to write and trust that whatever it is that you're drawing or that you are writing, that's what's relevant for you at this time. Just allowing the writing to flow, or the images, or the words. Allowing any deep-rooted fear to be released. and any patterns or pain that has been caused by this fear also to be released. And whenever you're ready, and only when you're ready, I invite you to get your safe surface and burn the piece of paper, releasing anything which is ready to be healed or released at this time. Wow, this is burning very well here. Breathing deeply, feeling very grateful for this opportunity to connect with our higher self at this time. And now I invite you to take a moment to write down anything else that has come up that you are grateful for, or that you may want to keep a note of from the journey that you've just experienced. So before it's forgotten. And especially noticing anything that your child may have asked you to do, or to your higher consciousness as well, if there's anything that came up there. Okay. And now we're just going to take a moment to work on two practices to do with healing fear. So one is the finger hold for fear, and the other is tapping to release fear. So the finger hold, that is the finger that is connected with fear and anxiety. So the fear finger is the index finger, and many of us remember people shaking the index finger if they wanted to instill fear. Don't do that. So instead of shaking the finger, we're going to hold it in a moment. And then the anxiety finger is the ring finger. So many people will twiddle their rings if they're feeling anxious or worried. So we're going to work on both of these this evening or today, whenever you're doing this practice. So I'm also conscious that anybody watching live, if you need to go because the time is gone, feel free to go and I'll connect with you again. And if you want to stay, you're more than welcome. So breathing deeply, we're going to hold each finger that I've mentioned with the other hand. And our fingers are connected through lines of energy to different parts of our bodies. So the meridians that go through the index finger and the ring finger are connected with different emotions, and by holding the finger we can release this emotion. So we're going to begin holding the index finger. The index finger is associated with fear. So bringing to mind any time in your life where you felt fearful. It may be a time that we've just witnessed, or it may be another time, maybe a more recent event even. And become aware of anywhere in your body you may be holding fear, perhaps in your stomach, your back, your hips. And on the out breath, allowing that energy to be released out through the index finger and down into the ground for healing. And we can use this practice. The more we do it, the easier it gets to feel the energy being released. So I do this, for example, if I'm at the dentist, or if I'm having any procedure done at the doctor, or if I'm in any fearful situation, meeting somebody that I may be nervous about meeting, or going into a certain situation that I'm aware of, or even if it just happens that I'm afraid of something, a noise or whatever it is. By holding the index finger, we can allow that energy to be released, recognizing that fear can be very paralyzing. It can help us, and it has helped us hugely in the past to survive, but nowadays fear. We don't have that imminent danger that our ancestors would have experienced when they experienced fear. So we can allow the energy of fear to be released and breathing in courage and confidence to move forward more courageously in our lives. So I'm just noticing here that two different meanings of fear: forget everything and run, forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. So for our ancestors, forget everything and run is probably very helpful. But for us, we've evolved so much further. We're so lucky that we are in a position where we can now face everything and rise, allowing whatever emotions that are needing to be healed, allowing us to rise and lead more abundant, peaceful lives. So we'll hold the fear finger just for a moment longer, then gently releasing and moving on to the ring finger. And the ring finger is associated with anxiety, which ties in very much with fear as well. So if you're feeling anxious, and many people experience anxiety when they're facing exams or facing something that they're nervous or anxious about. So holding the ring finger can be very helpful as a way of releasing the energy of anxiety. So breathing deeply, I invite you to become aware of any time in your life where you felt anxious, and become aware of anywhere in your body you may be holding this energy. And recognizing that breathing deeply, we can allow this energy to be released. And when we do this practice, the more we do it, the easier it gets to shift the energy. We can choose to do this practice every day, at night time especially, before we're going to sleep, to clear the emotions of the day. And I have a video already on YouTube with the 5 fingers, with the emotions related to the 5 fingers. So if anybody watching this would like access to that, just let me know and I'll send you the link. Breathing deeply, so we'll hold the ring finger just for a moment longer, releasing any remaining anxiety, breathing in courage and confidence and positive self-esteem. And then gently releasing, and we're just going to tap through the emotional freedom technique, just to show you this other technique that's very useful for clearing fear or clearing energy in our bodies as well. So we use our 3 fingers, and we start tapping on the top of our head, then we tap between our eyes where the eyebrows meet the nose, side of the head where our eyebrows meet our temples, under our eyes on the cheekbones, under our nose, under our lips, under the clavicles, on the chest, just under the clavicle bones. You can kind of hear a hollow sound here. And then under our armpits, and I use my thumbs for there. In women, it's where the bra strap would be usually. And then we tap on the side of our hand, just under the baby finger, where the crease is here. And as we do this, we say an affirmation. So we're going to tap through 3 times. So I invite you to work on the emotion of fear this evening, clearing and releasing any fear that may be trapped in our bodies. So as we begin, I invite you to bring to mind whatever it is that you would like to release at this time. So whatever situation that may be troubling you or bothering you at this time. And as we're talking about fear, it may be something that causes fear. So I invite you to pick something that may be a level 5 or 6 out of 10, or maybe up to level 7. And notice what the number is as we begin to tap. Tapping on the top of our head, just tap strong enough to feel the pressure without causing any pain. Then between our eyes, noticing that whatever it is that we are fearful of, we are willing to release now. Side of the head, under the eyes, under the nose, under the lips, under the shoulder blades or shoulder bones, collarbones, and under the armpits. And then tapping on the side of the hand, we say, I am ready to let go of fear. I am ready to let go of fear. I am ready to let go of fear and to move forward with courage, confidence, and ease. And to move forwards with courage, confidence, and ease. And to move forwards with courage, confidence, and ease. Breathing deeply. We'll tap through once more, tapping on the top of the head, between the eyes, the side of the head, under the eyes, under the nose, under the lips, under the shoulder blades, or the collarbones, or the clavicles, and under the armpits. And then this time we're going to say, in spite of the fact that I feel fear at times, I am okay and I love and accept myself. In spite of the fact that I feel fear at times, I am okay and I love and accept myself. And in spite of the fact that I feel fear at times, I am okay and I totally love and accept myself. Breathing deeply, placing our hands over our heart. And we're going to finish with 3 chants for the heart chakra, opening our hearts to give and receive more love. And the chant for the heart chakra is YAN, Y-A-N. And by chanting out loud, with our own voice, with our own sound, this can be very healing for ourselves and for others. So allowing ourselves to tune into our heart center, to give, setting the intention of opening our hearts to give and to receive more love, moving forward with more courage and confidence in our lives as we chant together 3 times out loud, 3 times in quietly, and 3 times in silence. And then 3 times quietly. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. And now just gently bringing our energy back into the room. And I'm just going to show you, I have my beautiful red flower here that's been looking at me, and I think I'm going to call my flower Gobnait as well, as the person at the start said. I think that Gobnait sounds like a good name for a flower. So just as we are bringing our session to a close, I'm going to pick 3 cards for the group. So whenever you're watching this, that you can tune into card 1, 2, or 3 and see what message comes up. So I'm being guided to the white spray, innocence and purity for our inner child. So maybe you want to set the intention that this card is a message to do with your inner child, or maybe not. You choose whatever resonates with you. So card 1, 2, or 3. Okay, for me it's 3 is what I'm hearing. So 3 for me, but I invite you to choose whatever resonates with you. So card for people drawn to card number 1, message for people drawn to card number 1 this evening. There we go. Okay, so it's the Miriam, and I'm thinking twin flame comes to mind straight away. So I know this is a message about twin energy. So let's see. The message is sacred vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. Okay, beautiful message. So the Miriam, sacred vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. And I'm going to share the extended version of that card in the group. I know it has something to do with twin flame energy as well. So, and I just love the red flowers around as well that we just after mentioning it, it looks quite like my red flower here, my Gobnait. Okay, on to card number 2 for people drawn to card number 2 this evening. Message for people drawn to card number 2. Okay, Lady Portia, Divine Order, beautiful purple colour, purple heart, purple flowers as well. Her heart is a flower, or the purple flowers in our heart. And the message there is, Lady Portia, Divine Order, do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. An important lesson is unfolding. So Divine Order, do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. And again, I'll share the full message of that. And if any of you aren't in the group and want to hear the message about any of these cards, just send me a text so that you get I'll send on the image to you and the message. And then on to number 3, message for people drawn to card number 3 this evening. Archangel Michael. Okay, for protection. Archangel Michael is associated with protection. So let's see. Trusting heaven. You are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. Okay, it's perfect for what I was feeling this evening. Archangel Michael, trusting heaven. You are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. Okay, so beautiful message again for anybody drawn to card number 3. So now I invite you to take a moment to tune in to the energy in your candle, and just to be, I suppose, first of all, I want to say how grateful I am for especially the people who've joined in the group live this evening. I really appreciate your presence this evening. And also for everybody who's watching this on the recording, whenever you're watching it, thank you for being present in whatever time you are in watching this. And thank you for sharing anything that you find helpful or beneficial, or if you have any questions, feel free to share in the group or with me directly. And now, as we bring our session to a close, I want to thank Spirit as well for all of the support and guidance we've received. And I'm going to use the Archangel Sandalphon spray now for grounding. This is just as we bring our energy back into the room that we're in at this time, and bringing our attention back to the real world, and setting the intention that everyone will have a very restful night's sleep if it's nighttime when you're watching, or that you'll have a very good day. And then finally, whenever you're doing this work, just be mindful of being extra careful and kind to yourself and compassionate with yourself. Drink plenty water, get plenty rest. Lemon is really good in the water to help cleanse and clear, and take good care of yourself. So we're going to extinguish our candles. Feeling very grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm going to pause the video or to stop the recording now. Take care. Bye for now.